be left on another. All will be torn down. Second time he's done this. And he says it in complete destructive language, not literal language. So, we were talking about this earlier today. If you go there and you see the Wailing Wall, there's a stone on top of a stone. Was Jesus incorrect? No. He's talking total destruction language. It's not going to be raised up again. It has not been rebuilt. It is torn down. It is gone. So they ask him, Teacher, when will these things happen? And what will be the sign that these things are about to take place? He said, Watch out that you are not misled, for many will come in my name saying, I am here, and the time is near. Do not follow them. Okay, who are we not supposed to follow? The person that says, I'm Jesus, and the person that says the time is near. Don't follow people saying the time is near. So Jesus said, And when you hear of wars and rebellions, do not be afraid, for these things must happen first. But the end will not come at once. So even when you hear all those, the end isn't coming at once. Sounds right. I think the modern translation would be, you'll be in for a world of pain. Oh, yeah. Definitely. Then he said to them, Nation will rise up against nation and kingdom against kingdom. There will be great earthquakes and famines and plagues in various places. And there will be terrifying sights and great signs from heaven. Okay, I think the one that I would say maybe we are missing currently would be great signs from heaven. And maybe I just don't have enough knowledge to know that there are some. But before all this, they will seize you and persecute you, handing you over to the synagogues and prisons. So this happens to all the disciples already. You will be brought before kings and governors because of my name. This will be a time for you to serve as witness. Therefore, be resolved not to rehearse ahead of time how to make your defense. For I will give you the words along with the wisdom that none of your adversaries will be able to withstand or contradict. You will be betrayed even by parents, brothers, relatives, and friends, and they will have some of you put to death. You will be hated by everyone because of my name, yet not a hair on your head will perish, but by your endurance you will gain your lives. Okay, so if not a hair on your head will perish and they end up being martyred, how is this true? Because they endured to the end in faith and they are in the resurrection. That's how. This has to be figurative, not literal. But when you see Jerusalem surrounded by armies, then know that its desolation has come near. Okay, so it is happening. This is 70 AD. That's what Jesus is talking about. Then those who are in Judea must flee to the mountains. Those who are in the countryside must depart. The city must depart. Those who are out in the country may not enter it. Must not enter it, because those are days of vengeance to fulfill all that is written. Woe to those who are pregnant and to those who are nursing their babies in those days. For there will be great distress on earth and wrath against the people. They will fall by the edge of the sword and be led away as captives among all nations. Jerusalem will be trampled down by the Gentiles until the time of the Gentiles is fulfilled. Okay, so we are in the time of the Gentiles, waiting for it to be fulfilled, completed. Thank you for your answer. I didn't find it incompatible with an omnibenevolent and merciful God that it would be literal forever. Maybe our concept of time is skewed. Oh, yeah. And then how do we actually view time in eternity? It is a hard concept. I cannot fathom eternity. I just don't have it. Like, I can't even fathom before I was alive on some level, or what it'll be like after my death. So, all right, we got ads. What shall we? Let's do BRB.
He's got that flat cap dapper look, making waves online, spreading the word on Twitch. heart, no lie. Preaching joy so high to the sky. He'll be right back, yes, he'll be right back. He'll be back in 2 or 3. Flat cat, dapper. Flat cat, dapper. We'll be right back after this break. No mistake, joy they make. I'll be right back, yeah. We'll be right back in 2 or 3. Right back after this break. No mistake, joy they make. I'll be right.
All right, so the poll is up for what kind of tea for me to make. So enter your choices. What tea would you like me to make? Hibiscus, citrus cool mint, or very berry citrus? That's kind of fun to say. Very berry citrus. True, but God is slow to judgment so that all might be saved. Goes to show the amount of grace offered. Of there's no justice, then it's a false God in concept. Yeah. Well, yeah, and God showing mercy, and like they thought his return was going to be in their lifetime. The fact it's not does show, if there's no justice, then it's a false God in concept. Yes. The fact that God has been slow to return, Jesus has been slow to return, it's not because he doesn't lack justice. It's because he wants all to come to saving knowledge. So yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, so this all is fulfilled in 70 AD. That's not to say there's not a second fulfillment of these things that's not possible in Jesus' second return. It certainly could be. And some people think that there needs to be another temple built in order for all these things to happen. Well, if there has to be another temple built, why did the people in the first century that Paul is writing to worry about they missed the resurrection in that day? The temple, depending on how you view things, some people think the temple is gone by the time that Jesus' return is. Now, maybe some of those letters are before. So anyway, there's a lot of things that are not easily explained away simply by saying, oh, everything is future or everything is past. There's still some areas that need more nuance in there. Okay. And there will be signs in the sun and moon and stars, and on earth nations will be in distress and anxious over the roaring of the sea and the surging waves. Okay, now there will be signs in the sun, moon, and stars. So there'll be cosmic signs, but also the sun, the moon, and the stars is the spiritual realm, and a reference to it at times, and stands in for things. So there could be spiritual signs, not just, oh, look up at the night sky. And then roaring in the sea, surging in waves. That's chaos language. So don't be anxious over that. Yeah. So how about the mark of the beast and the seal of God? Well, if you take it as literal, then a lot of people would say it hasn't happened. If you understand it as the way that the Old Testament talks about the Shema and bind the words of God on your wrist and on your forehead, and the reference to the mark of the beast is who do you belong to, being bound on your wrist and forehead like they were supposed to bind God and his word on their wrist and forehead, then it is and has already happened with Nero Caesar when he was ruling and reigning. But it's still not to say there can't be another fulfillment. Just because something's been fulfilled doesn't mean there can't be future. The virgin who will conceive happened in the lifetime of Isaiah. Oh, yeah, but Jesus also fulfills it. So it's a both. It's a both. Yes, it already has been fulfilled. In some way, it very likely will be fulfilled again in the future. You think the mark is present and it's about your lifestyle with God. That's your point of view. Like Cain was killing Abel, you believe will be a label with whom is his. Okay. That's fair. Nobody voted on the tea? Nobody voted on what flavor. Okay. I thought you guys would like to vote on the tea flavors. Apparently, that's a bust. Nobody wants to vote on my tea. You vote hibiscus. Well, the polls are closed. Okay. I will. I will do it again. I need to go get my measuring cup and water. Okay. We'll do the poll again. I'm going to go get water so that I can make it and my scoop for measuring. So I'll start the poll again and give you the BRB screen. You just caught up in the conversation.
Making waves online, spreading the word on Twitch. Pastor with a cheerful heart, no lie, preaching joy so high to the sky. He'll be right back, yes, he'll be right back. He'll be back in 2 or 3. Flat cat dapper, flat cat dapper. We'll be right back after this break. No mistake, joy they made. I'll be right back, yeah. We'll be right back in 2 or 3. Right back after this break. No mistake, joy they make. I'll be right back, yes. I'll be right back in 2 or 3.
Yeah, Crusader for him, you'll wait on the next fulfillment. Well, I should also say too, like there are many Christians with many different views. My overall view is none of us have it correct. None of us are 100% correct on what's going to happen. And my basis is nobody was 100% correct the first time Jesus came. So how could we be 100% correct on his return? So I think wherever you land is fine. If you're just following after God, following after Jesus, loving God, loving your neighbor, pursuing that, I'm not worried about what you believe about end times. I don't think it's crucial. The thing that we should have is hope and endurance and faith, and that's the point of what most of that is supposed to give us. And Warrior, welcome in. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, you like the soonest? No time or hour known just to the file. Yes. Yep. Yeah, you